My speech is entitled "The Struggle is Real, Black People v. Law Enforcement." I will be discussing two cases, Stephon Clark and Trayvon Martin, just to give you a couple examples of why the Black Lives Matter movement even exists. I'll leave you with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. himself. It goes, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy." This quote to me instills everything about the Black Lives Matter movement. Start off with talking about the case with Trayvon Martin, a 17-year-old boy who was wrongfully murdered, in my opinion. On the night of February 26th, 2012, 17-year-old Trayvon Martin walked into a 7-Eleven gas station for a pack of Skittles and an Arizona tea. He was in Sanford, California, visiting his father. He was suspended from school. He was wearing a gray hoodie, and the hoodie was on his head, according to the surveillance videotapes that they had from the 7-Eleven. Shortly after he purchased the Skittles and the Arizona tea, he walked out, and nearby there was a man in his car watching him. Later, that we will find out this man's name was George Zimmerman. George called 911 and told them that he saw a suspicious man walking around looking as if he was doing drugs. They told him not to follow him, but he chose to follow him anyway. In the footage, I watched a little footage on YouTube. You can hear like someone screaming help. It's unsure if it is Trayvon or Zimmerman, someone yelling help, and then the phone disconnects. Of course, 911 was already on their way to the scene. They get there, and they find Trayvon face down in the grass with one gunshot wound to the left lung. They begin to attempt to perform CPR and are unable to revive him. He later is pronounced dead at 7:30. George Zimmerman was not arrested that day due to the fact they said there was not enough evidence, which I don't know what exactly that means anyways. Tracy Martin did not even know his son was dead until the next day when he filed a police report and later found out that Trayvon was his son who had gotten killed. Zimmerman he was charged for murder, but he was never convicted. In a jury of 6 women, he was found not guilty for the murder of Trayvon Martin. He states that it was self-defense, but even in my case, if it was self-defense, if some man was following you in the middle of the night, somewhere you don't know, you would defend yourself. The next case is the story of Stephon Clark, who was standing in his grandmother's backyard and when he was shot by Cleveland police who thought he had a gun. Stories like this is just, I can't wrap my mind around them because he was standing in his own grandmother's backyard with an object in his hand. Granted, they say that there was a strange person walking around smashing car windows in the area, so they were out surveying the area looking for somebody else. This boy was in his grandmother's backyard. He was holding a cell phone. I don't know how you mistake a cell phone for a crowbar, or you mistake a crowbar for a cell phone. They're two totally different objects. On that video, you can hear them saying, "Hands up, hands up." And next thing you know, they shoot. But not only do they shoot, they send 20 plus shots towards this man. That's way too many shots, if you ask me. Someone you think someone has a gun, they end up not having a gun. You think somebody has a gun, you shoot as that's what you're trained to do. It does not take 20 shots as if it's execution style, as if you're trying to kill someone. I want to just show a small video here of photos that they had of Trayvon Martin's body laying on that grass. It was just devastating. I hope you don't mind my closeness for this portion of my speech. I just wanted to stress the importance of what I'm trying to get across. I want to start off by saying the Black Lives Matter movement isn't all about the race, and to say that only Black lives matter. But it's saying that Black lives matter just as much as anybody else's lives do. The movement began shortly after the Trayvon Martin case and has branched out and made 31 chapters in different states. It's about more than just the death of a black man or a woman. It's about what it means to be black in America. It means if you have a son or a daughter, hold them close. Tell them to obey all the rules with the police. If they say put your hands up, put your hands up. Because you never know if that will be your last time. And honestly, it's sad to say, but it's the truth. Most of these deaths that have occurred with police in the black community it always boils down to the police ask them a question that they didn't follow, and next thing you know, they're dead. Sad to say, the struggle is real. Being black in America, it seems like you can't even have a decent encounter with the police without being afraid for your life. Even in me, for example, people are dying just in basic traffic stops. I'm scared to call the police, honestly. I'm scared to call the police in order to save me. Because will they save you or will they kill you these days? You never know. In 2012, Jordan Davis was killed for playing loud music at a gas station. In 2014, in Florida, Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy, was killed by Cleveland police playing with a toy gun at a park alone. Imagine letting your son out to play and he doesn't make it home. Killed by the police. They think a toy gun is a gun? Like, come on, we have to do better. Each year, more than 1,000 fatal shootings occur by on-duty officers, and each year, less than 5 result in charges. And these are the main basis reasons why the Black Lives Matter movement was created. Because we can't just keep letting them get off of the hook with the death of our innocent men and women. So we will stand up together and fight for each other. Because if we don't fight for us, who will?